right. Welcome to the relationship codes.
What's up?
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy
Uh,
Wednesday.
yeah, so I'm here with my girl Kasha B again. I like hanging out and doing podcast and training and
Hmm.
just collaborations together. And so our goal really with the relationship codes is to really expose decoding patterns and principles and for personality, temperament, success, whether it's personal or whether it's relationship. And so we have a proven system. I've practiced it for more than 21 years. I've got amazing results. Clients I work with, people I coach with, it's great. I have a great marriage. We have great relationships. It's just beautiful to this particular tool. And so,
Hmm.
Kasha, I want to start off with last week we did talk about the blue and the
Yep.
green temperament, which are opposites.
Yes.
This week, we're going to talk about the gold and the orange temperament. But
Hmm.
before we talk about the gold and the orange temperament, we had a homework assignment
Yep.
that we put out as a challenge to our audience, as well as we did the assignment ourselves. I
Hmm.
got this assignment from a marriage retreat that I went to. And basically, we had to write down 25 things that we appreciated, a list of 25 things that made our spouse great.
Hmm.
If you might not be married, what's 25 things that made your boyfriend or your girlfriend great?
Hmm.
And so when I did my list for my wife, I got probably all the way up to 18.
Hmm.
And then I had to think. So you take 24 hours and you put this list together and you share it with your spouse. And so she got to 8 and started struggling. I was like, what's going on with her? So she only got to 8. What's up? We're supposed to do
Right.
25.
Right.
But she eventually got there. And so that that
Yes.
that that was a good thing. And so
Right. That's good.
right. So what did you think about that assignment?
It was tough. I mean, when you think about um 25 things, you're like, okay, I've been with this person for X number of years, or it's things I like about them and things that make them great. But you do have to really go into a deep reflection, after a while. It's
Right.
not, you can start off and you kind of do rattle off some aspects at the beginning, then you like the deeper you start thinking, it takes a little bit of time, right? So I'm still
Right.
working on mine. Nothing to knock, Rich, but I'm still
Right.
I'm still working on it.
Right. Well, we're surrounded by so much negativity about relationships
Mhm.
that we don't know, or we've been numb to all of the positive ways to pursue a healthy relationship, to develop a healthy relationship. We've been surrounded by music, shows, movies, just in our own circle. The negativity is so great that it has numbed people on how to really care for and partner with people to create powerful and dynamic type of successes. And so
Mhm.
mine was really good, but we also had 3 things that we could do that would make our partner, that would help our partner to level up or to be great.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, did you come across one thing that if you did or that you need to do more of that would
Mhm.
help your husband just be even a greater man that he already is?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's a green temperament,
Okay.
similar to you. I don't. I want him to do this assessment so I can kind of see how he flows through with his colors. But
Okay.
one thing that I can do is maybe um, challenge him a little bit more. So a lot of times I'll listen to the like if we have something we're trying to work through or kind of listen through it, and as a blue primary blue harmony. I don't like conflict. So my but I think challenging a person, not in a negative, but like to get through a thought process or come to a decision, or if you're trying to do a project or something, just challenging that person can help them go further, and
Yes.
just to maybe develop more skills that they may want to develop, or see certain things that they may have blind spots within, so just I
Yes.
think for me, I can probably challenge him a little bit more instead of kind of going with the flow as I
Right.
typically would do.
Right now, I will tell you this, being a green temperament, we would love that because
Mm,
we respond to not only that we're men and we love solving problems, but green temperaments love to execute and implement knowledge and skills and systems and strategies would be our
mhm,
key word that's
mhm,
going to help eliminate problems or to help bring in increase into our relationships.
mhm,
And so that is very motivating when we have people that say, well, how would you do this? Well, did you
mhm,
look that up? Well, what do you think about this? Well, if you
mhm.
did this step, where do you think it will be 10 years down the line? Where do you think it would be 5 years? And really
Right.
kind of help us to think through because we're thinkers.
Mhm.
And so we have a lot that's on our head. Now, the
Yeah.
one thing that I would do for
Mhm.
my wife is a gold. Her primary temperament is gold.
Mhm.
And so she sees those steps that's directly in front of her.
Right.
And so one thing I do to help her is I say, okay, here's where you want to be. And then I help her reverse engineer it
Mhm.
down to the few steps. So then she knows what step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would look like.
Right.
And it works really well because she's a checklist person.
Mhm.
Speaking of gold temperaments
Yep.
and the orange temperament, which is what we're going to talk about right now,
Mhm.
before I talk about that gold temperament, but that was the one thing I could do
Yeah.
to help her be great.
Yep.
But which one of those you want me to talk about first?
Go ahead and do the gold, because you have a story that you can
Yes,
kind of complement with some blind spots that you have picked up
exactly.
as a
Okay,
green that she can help you with as a gold.
exactly. So um my wife is a gold temperament. Now, gold temperaments overall, you're very organized, very detailed, very structured. They follow the
Mhm.
rules. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Mhm.
And they are step by step people. In my house, my wife is gold. Look, everything's got a place, and a
Mhm.
place for a place has
Mhm.
a thing in it. And so I said, "Baby, where's the extension cord?" She goes, "Well, it's in the purple thing by it's in the purple cadenza by in the gray box on top of the black." And I was just like, that was just too much for me.
Right. You're looking at your phone like it's what? Okay, okay,
Right.
I located that.
Exactly.
Okay, I
Exactly.
located
But
that.
those are those things that's directly in front of me that's hard
Right.
for me to see.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get frustrated sometimes looking for those things that's directly in front of me. But that's the gift of the gold temperament.
Mm-hmm.
They can put things together, they can help organize things. They're committed, they're loyal. You can depend on them.
Mm-hmm.
Just really great, just great.
Yeah.
And I think on your assessment,
Mm-hmm.
your primary blue and your secondary gold
Mm-hmm.
was
By a
tied.
percentage, or it was like either identical, like
Yeah.
percentages, or it was like one. Yeah, it's identical,
Yep.
17 to
Identical.
17.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And so what happens is our primary and secondary is what we will always see the most in people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we use our secondary just as much as we use our primary. We always switch back and forth between them. That's why you don't use an assessment that just focuses on your primary,
Mm-hmm.
because God gave you a whole bunch of gifts and talents. And so we got to learn how to use them. We have to learn how to master them. We have to learn how to cultivate them. But in order to be able to do that, you have to have somebody to train you on those.
Right.
Because if not, we'll default to all of the garbage we heard, all of the garbage we saw on television, the
Mhm.
reality shows, all the mess that's on social media platforms,
Yeah.
all of the failed relationships around us.
Mhm.
And so you got to come out amongst that. And so that's just a little bit about the gold temperament. The other
Mhm.
temperament is the or did we do orange?
No, we're about to do orange right now.
Okay.
That's I
So the
dressed for it. Got orange. We
yeah,
ready.
there you go. Bam. There you go.
I
I
color
see you.
coordinated.
Right, color coordinated. Right, right. So that orange temperament, that's your outside the box thinkers. Look, they have
Mhm.
ingenuity. They're your adventurous, your fun, your risk takers. They can take a licking and keep on ticking and keep moving forward. You know,
Mhm.